what you're doing right now may seem small, but the point is not about what people see you do, what people around you are thinking. It's the decision to join and take action. One of the great quotes from Martin Luther King is that everyone can be great because everyone can serve. Everyone can serve. It doesn't take much to stop and say, you know what, I can control my two legs. I can join this crazy group of people and walk down the street in the snow. Yes, you can. Now, specifically, we're going to tell you guys again before we stop, and a great example of using what you have and taking action is the Tom's Shoes story. 18 months ago, there was a guy named Blake Lankoski who's had this idea. He said, you know what, I can make shoes. People need shoes. What if I gave a pair away every time somebody bought one? And when we found out about that, we said, you know what, this is exactly the message that we can all share in. So what we wanted to tell people is, you know what, let's help push this beyond just a few pairs of shoes. Their goal was to reach 50,000 pairs and go to South Africa and give those away. 36 miles we walked barefoot, and then we reached that goal of giving 50,000 pairs of shoes to people. Now, this wasn't a few, people that bought hundreds of shoes or somebody that bought several thousand. This was 50,000 individuals that said, you know what, I could buy a pair. That's not too hard for me. That's the same thing that's happening when you guys walk with us today. This is not about being able to pick the world up on your shoulders on your own. This is about becoming a generation of people that is not comfortable being aloof, not comfortable standing aside while injustice is happening in the world, but also just deciding that we want to be a part of being the greatest generation once again. We don't want to be the generation of Paris Hilton lookalikes. Whatever version that is for guys, we don't want to be that. I don't think there's any question there. We want to be the generation. Do you guys want to be the passive generation? Or do you want to be the generation that took action? Today you guys are doing that because it's wet, it's cold, and you're walking a mile. And I want to thank you guys. We still have, another half ways to go before we finish our mile, but if you didn't join us, it would just be three crazy guys walking down the street. But instead it's